this is my competency for grammar, composition grammar. And so we're going to do today commas with macaroni. So I'm going to give you some macaroni, and you tell me what shape this noodle's in that you know from your writing classes. What shape is this in?
Like a comma.
Like a comma. So it's the perfect thing to use for grammar or commas. Yeah.
Sort of like a bridge.
So, I'm going to give you a little card that looks something like this, or it's going to be a little bit different, and I want you to put the comma where it goes, and then we're going to talk about it. And then you're going to get bigger ones that have like a full page of writing.
Yay.
Okay, Cassie, there's yours. There's yours. There's yours. And there's yours. So put your comma where you think it goes, and then we're going to talk about it. And I don't know if I can. Can you see yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you see your paper
No.
on the video?
Yeah.
Can you now? Can you see your paper?
Hey, y'all.
Put your comma where it goes, Brendan. Stop playing. Thank you. Okay. So. All right. We got some things to talk about out there, I can tell. All right. Cassie, would you read your sentence?
Have you ever been to Dallas?
Dallas, what's the last word?
Dallas, Texas.
Good. So, you put your comma after ever. And I don't quite think that's where it goes. Where do we need a comma? When we have a city and a state, where does the comma have to go?
Between Dallas and Texas.
Between Dallas and Texas. City and state. We have to separate those two, or someone, like maybe from another country, might think Dallas, Texas is the name of the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it goes in between the city and the state. Okay, Tanner, read yours.
February 14th, 2011.
Okay, you have that wrong. What? Do you know why?
I know.
Hey, it's okay to mess up because we sometimes learn more when we make a mistake than when we get it right. The reason why that's wrong, that's correct.
I originally had it there.
That's
too.
right. The reason why we put a comma there is because some people in our world write really, really messy. And what if they wrote February 14, 2011? What does that kind of look like?
It looks like
It looks like 142,011. So since those messy writers are out there in the world, we want to make sure that we put that comma there so we know that it's the date and then the year.
Yeah.
Okay, so read me yours.
Sincerely, Austin.
Okay, that's like the end of a letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sincerely, Austin. And you put your comma right.
Sincerely.
Okay, but it goes on the same line. You put it. You had it in the right. You had the right idea that it came after sincerely, but you have to put it on the same line. Okay, and read yours.
I don't know.
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Good. And where did you put it?
In the middle.
Why did you put it in between them?
Because it's one. This is Atlanta, and this is like another thing. And
So it's a
just
city
split up.
and a
Name.
state. It's kind of like Dallas, Texas, except it's a different state. All right, take the commas off and hand in your sheet, and let's do another one.
Can someone have more than one comma?
You will soon. It's going to get harder as we go. Starts off a little easier, and then it gets harder as we go. See, some of them are going to get pretty long. But you do that one. Let's start off here, here, here. All right.
Easy.
I hope so. I hope it's getting easier.
Pretty much the same way as.
Okay, we're going to start on this side this time. Brendan, read your sentence.
My birthday is in March 30, 2001.
Okay, so where'd you put your comma?
And 30 and 2001.
Why did you put it between 31 and 2001?
Because one of these said up there, you can't, a lot of messy writers put them next to each other, and it looks like they're that 31,200.
It looks just like a huge number, so we want to put a comma between the date and the year, just in case somebody couldn't read it. Okay, yes.
I was born in Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Hawaii.
And why'd you put it there?
Because state and country.
State, city, and
State.
state.
And state.
Honolulu is the city. Hawaii is the state.
Mine was sort of like break. Mine was sort of like.
It was
Adam.
very similar.
It is really cold in Juneau, Alaska.
And where did you put it?
Between Juneau and Alaska.
Because you had
A state and a city.
a state and a city.
Dear Georgia.
Dear George, you have that wrong.
What?
Can you fix it? No. Yes. That's a very common mistake. Almost everyone does that the first time we do this activity. They put it in between Dear and George, but you actually put it after the name.
Why
Okay?
do you do that?
That is interesting.
Well, because listen to the pause. Dear George, how are you? Do you hear the pause there when I'm reading the letter? Uh-huh. Okay, there's a little pause there. So we want to, in the opening, we put it after the name. In the closing, we put it after the little sentiment, like sincerely or love. You put it after that. So it's opposite, okay? Take off your commas. Let's do another one. Put them right here if we've done them. Here's your next one. Read it all the way through first. It's coming, Cassie. Hold on.
This one has multiple.
I know. I told you it's going to get harder each time.
What is this weird? Mine we've learned about in class.
Perfect.
What is this
Mine too. Mine has where it says and. It gave me pretty much the same thing.
All right. Are we almost ready?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, let's start with Adam this time.
Then me.
Read your sentence, Adam.
My favorite foods are sweet potatoes, spaghetti, and pizza. I put it after potatoes and after spaghetti
Why did you choose that? That's right. You did it exactly right. But why did you choose that?
because people don't want to think like spaghetti and pizza mixed together. What?
Well, you have a list, right? When we have a list of more than two things, we have to separate them. And it's kind of the same. You want to make sure it's separate items, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to think it's somebody to think it's potato spaghetti, right? No such thing as that. Okay, good. Do yours. Read it.
I like to play the
Brendan,
piano,
keep those quiet,
but my
please.
friend Hannah likes to play the guitar.
Okay, and where'd you put it?
After piano.
And right before the but.
But.
And but is a conjunction.
Pin.
And we always put a comma before the conjunction. Because both of those parts of the sentence could be separate sentences. We just made it a compound sentence, two thoughts. Okay.
Sam,
Macy.
Macy, and I are going to the ball game.
Okay, first turn your comma around. We always do a comma like that, okay? Now, Sam, Macy, and I. You're missing one comma. Do you know where it's at? That's right. You have to put it there too, because you have three names, okay? Do you understand that? It's a list, just like Adam's was a list, okay? And actually, I need to tell y'all something. Has Miss Coder, y'all stop playing with the macaroni. I can hear it, okay? Thank you. The one right before and is an optional comma. Do you know what optional means? What does that mean?
Like you can or cannot.
You can or cannot. I was taught to always do it when way back in the day, we always used that comma. But, you know, they teach it now as an option. So that one you can use or you just don't have to use it. It's your opinion on that. All right, Brendan.
She has 2 dogs, 3 cats, and 1 fish.
Okay, and you are exactly right. Why did you put your commas there?
Because it's listing like she has 2 dogs, and then comma, and then she has 3 cats, and it's not saying 2 dogs, and then she has pretty much.
Those are separate things, right?
Say like they're dogs.
Let's do one more. Y'all take your commas away, hand in the sheet that's done, and let's do another one. This is like a letter or a longer passage that you're going to have to really read. So you've got dates, you've got an intro, you might have a list in here, and then you have a closing. Cassie, are you looking to see all this stuff that you might have to... Okay.
I can use all of them?
Yes. Okay. Do you know what to do with those introductory words, Cassie? Whenever you have an introductory word like first, or second, or next, you're going to want to put yes. You know what to do. All right, y'all get started. Perfect.
Done.
Done.
Okay, just a second. Shh. Some of y'all y'all who are doing the letters, don't forget your date at the top. And your closing at the bottom. We talked about this closing with Adams. Remember his first one that he had that he messed up? Mm-hmm. Okay, Tanner, I think you get to go first this time.
Yay! Dear Shara, I went to see fireworks tonight. We ate watermelon, cake, and ice cream. It was fun. What did you do? Your friend, Marla?
Mm-hmm. And you did that perfectly. He put the comma in the date at the right place between the day and the year. He put a comma after Sarah. He used the commas in his list. And he put a comma after your friend. Okay, hand that in. Cassie, read yours, please.
First you get dressed, next you brush your teeth, then you brush your hair, finally you go to school.
Okay, and do y'all see what she did? Brendan, look. First, comma, you get dressed. Anytime you have a transition word like first, next, last, finally,
Can you go first?
you put a comma after it before you write what's next or what's second, okay? All those transition words have a comma first. Brendan, read it.
Dear
John.
John, how are you? I am well. This summer I went camping, swimming, and hiking. What did you do? Sincerely, Marshall?
Marcus.
Marcus.
You almost have that perfect. Your date looks great. He put it between the day and the year. Cassie, look over here. He put it after John in the opening. He put commas in his list. That's perfect. But I have a problem with that one.
Yeah, the name.
At the closing, it has to go after the closing statement, okay? I know that's tricky because up here we put it after the name. But down there we do not do that. Adam, read it, please.
May 24, 2008. Dear Miss Smith, I am so happy to be in your class. You are a great teacher. Love learning math. Thank you for teaching me. Thank you, Peyton.
Okay, looks great. He put a comma between 24 and 2008, a comma after Dear Miss Smith. There was no list, so you didn't need to do anything in the body of the letter, but then after thanks, he remembered to put it right after thanks. Okay, very nice. Put your commas away. I'm going to stop the video.